Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. My granddaughter decided that she wanted to spend the first day of her break with me. I tried to explain to her that her break from school was my break from her, but she wasn't having it. Still, I woke up in the morning the next day thinking at least I don't have to get up and go anywhere. And I can just kind of chill today and get my work done and all my Zoom meetings and what have you. Then it occurred to me that we were out of almond milk. I had to go to the store. So I go to the store at 6 o'clock when they're opening their doors, and the woman who's working at the end of the register, all the registers there, she's like really pleasant to everybody else. She kind of looked at me and just kind of kept going, and I was like, okay, well, all right. Then I get the almond milk, and then I realize we don't have any lunch items in the house for Atlanta either, so I start buying things that I need and things that we definitely don't, but she's gonna have some good lunches. So I'm getting all my items and I see that things have changed quite a bit. I hadn't been in the store in a long time. And I see the guy who works in produce who I know and have conversation with. I'm vegetarian. I hang out in produce. And we're talking and how to go find, So we're doing a whole thing. And then I noticed strawberries are on discount, but you got to load it on the app and then download the app to, to the thing. And the thing goes to the thing. And I'm like, okay, I get all of this. So I go to check out all these items that some of the prices I didn't know, and I had to figure out how to figure out a price. It's in the app. So I get to the register and I've got to check myself out because that's a new thing. Most of the counters, the registers are self checkout. So I'm doing all my items, but I saved the produce for last because you got to look those up and do all of that. I'm doing it. I'm getting it done. I'm singing to myself. Elena's going to have a good lunch. Elena's going to have a good lunch. So I'm doing all this stuff, and then I can't scan one of the produce items, and it's not scanning. It's not scanning. I realize that, the screen is kind of dirty, so I'm looking in my bag for a wet wipe, because I got them, to wipe down the screen. And this woman who'd been so pleasant comes over, and she looks at me and says, ugh. And she immediately starts taking items out of my bag and scanning them. And I said, what are you doing? And she said, I'm checking for the items that you didn't scan. And I said, you can look at the screen and see all these items have been scanned. Now you've got double items in my bag and I'm not paying for all these double items. Well, I'm taking them off. See, I just took it off. I just took that one. I said, take them all off. You didn't have to, you could read the screen to see if maybe while you're taking all these things out of my bag, scanning them. And she's like, just sick of me. So then she looks down and realizes what I had realized, that the counter, the scanner is dirty and it needs to be cleaned. So she cleans it and just walks off in a huff. And I go through and make sure she hasn't added any extra items to my bag. So I get all done and I, have a nice day. Gonna be myself. Even though I see this implicit bias. See, implicit is really what this unconscious stuff is that people keep calling unconscious. Implicit is we all see what it is, we know what it is, we feel what it is, we know what it is because it's happened a bajillion and one times before. And oh, by the way, I kind of have a PhD in it. So I just leave. It's like not my life. It hasn't been for the last couple of years. It's been a beautiful gift to not have to deal with all of these things that we see and know and can't say because somebody's feelings are hurt, because nothing hurts a racist more than calling them one. I can feel you now saying, how do you know that this was because of race? Did I mention that degree? Anyway, I get to my car, I look down, and there are my juice items that I hadn't scanned in the bottom of the cart down and below. And I had parked my car way because I was trying to get in those steps. And then I had to walk all the way back. And I go inside and she's like, what? And I was like, I forgot to scan these items at the bottom that you didn't see while you were taking out the ones that had been scanned. And I was like, I know, we honest, huh? I've been living inside and seeing and watching and noticing and understanding how much we have to adjust, how much we see and do and deal with that's implicit but not stated. And worse than the experience of it, trying to talk about it, to say, this is my experience, is meet it with, how do you know? Well, I know because I know. I know because I know. And I know because I've studied it. And I know because I've lived it. You wouldn't know if you haven't lived it. And then when people kind of come and see, well, maybe it's called a microaggression. There's nothing micro about living this on a daily basis. Nothing micro at all. And to add insult to injury is the macro denial. We see you. I'm no longer editing my personality. I'm allowing my personality to help you edit yours. We're all here for one another. We all need each other to see one another. I needed to see that I left those items in my cart. There was no part of me that said, well, that's what she gets. There was every part of my honesty and the fiber of my being and the way I was raised that said, I'm going back in because that's who I am. I love you. I know we're going to get there, but we need each other to drive the train.